Hey guys, Happy New Year. It is 2023.
Happy New Year!
And I am back. I have taken the past, I think, month off of YouTube, and I'm sorry that I haven't been posting any videos. I actually have quite a few new followers, so if you're new, welcome to my channel. My name is Tara. I'm a mom of 2 boys, a 3-year-old and a 5-year-old, and I make Montessori and motherhood videos on my channel. I have a lot of exciting things coming up this new year, including lots of new videos and a project that I am currently working on, which I expect to be able to tell you guys more about. Late February, early March is when I think I'll be ready to tell you guys more information about that. And I know, like, on YouTube, people are always cryptic like this.
Like, I've got something going on and I can't tell you.
I'm just really excited about it, but I wanted to let you guys know why I've been a little bit MIA and where my time has been going to. It's been going to this new project. So I'm really excited. If you're new to my channel or if you have been watching my channel for a while, thank you guys so much. I really appreciate everybody who's subscribed to my channel and everybody who's watching my videos. And I just wanted to start 2023 off with a big thank you to everyone who watches these videos. For today's video, I thought I would start off with the books that I am reading this year for 2023 and some of the books that I have loved over the past year in 2022. Most of these are Montessori books or parenting related books. If you are somebody that enjoys reading Montessori or parenting books, then this video will definitely be one that you want to stick around for. Before I jump into the video, I do want to say that I have another video on my channel on the top 5 books I would read if I were just getting started with Montessori. So if you're new to Montessori and you're looking for books to get started with learning more about Montessori and especially Montessori at home, I'll link that video above so you can watch that video as well. A lot of the books that I'm planning on reading this year in 2023 are more like an in-depth look into Montessori or some different specific areas of Montessori, whether at home or in the classroom. But if you're looking for just books that are going to get you started learning more about Montessori and Montessori at home, go check out that video. Before I jump into the books that I have on my list to read this year, I want to show you just a few of the books that I really enjoyed last year, which you aren't going to find on that top 5 Montessori book video that I made about a year ago, so let me show you those. The first one is the Montessori Home, Create a Space for Your Child to Thrive. This is by Ashley Yeh. A lot of people know Ashley from her YouTube channel, The Happa Family, but some people don't know that she actually released her own book, and I bought it last year and I read it, and it is an amazing book. I would highly recommend this book to anybody who's getting started or wanting to learn more about doing Montessori at home. The next book that I read in 2022 that I really loved is called Nature Play at Home by Nancy Strinist. It is about creating outdoor spaces that connect children with the natural world. And I really love this book. It has so much inspiration on how to get your children outside, how to create fun outside play spaces, just in your backyard. Lots and lots of play activities in this book and just lots of useful information. So this is another book that we purchased last year that we really love. The last book from 2022 is called Siblings Without Rivalry, How to Help Your Children Live Together So You Can Too. This book is by Adele Faber and Aline Maslish. They are the authors of How to Talk So Your Kids Will Listen. If you've not read that book, I highly recommend that as well. But this book I would recommend for any parents of multiple children. This is just a really great book. Or even if you are a parent that has one child, but maybe you had siblings, I feel like I learned a lot about siblings from this book. So this was another one I wanted to recommend. Not Montessori, but just a really great parenting book. These are the Montessori books. Well, most of these are Montessori. There's a few non-Montessori, just parenting books in here as well, but these are the parenting/Montessori books that I am planning on reading in 2023. So I thought I would share with you guys what is on my reading list. The first book is called Montessori, The Science Behind the Genius. This is by Angeline Lillard. I think I've talked about this book in a previous video because I listened to a TED Talk that she did about her book and about Montessori and the science behind the genius, and I really, really loved the TED Talk, and it inspired me to want to read her book. This book I actually purchased from thrift books. Actually, most of the books that I purchased for this year I tried to find on thrift books, and if I could find them there, I purchased them from thrift books. There's actually a couple of books that I purchased on thrift books that are no longer in circulation, like you can't buy them on Amazon, so I'll let you know which books those are. But this one I'm pretty sure you can find on Amazon and at Barnes & Noble, but I was able to find this copy on thrift books. Anyway, yeah, I'm really excited to read this book because I really did enjoy the TED Talk that I listened to by Angeline Leelard. The next book I'm going to be reading this year is Dr. Montessori'S Own Handbook. This is written by Maria Montessori, and it's a book that I think is pretty standard in a lot of the Montessori training programs to read, and it's been on my reading list for a couple of years now, so I'm adding this to my reading list for this year. This one I also purchased off thrift books, but I did see that they had it on Amazon. The next book on my reading list for 2023 is The Best Weapon for Peace: Maria Montessori Education and Children's Rights by Erica Moretti. This book has been recommended by a lot of other Montessorians, and it's been just a book that has been on my reading list for a while, so I got this as a gift for Christmas, and I'm excited to read this book this year as well. These next three books I do not believe are in print anymore, but I was able to find copies of them on thrift books. And this book is one that I'm about halfway through reading. It's called Montessori Read and Write: A Parent's Guide to Literacy for Children. I have been really interested in reading and how children learn to read and how Montessori teaches reading, and this book has been an amazing addition. I think that all parents should own this book. I believe it's from the 90s, but everything that I've read so far still really applies to today. I don't feel like any of it is really out of date, and it seems to follow the Montessori method of learning to read and write very well, but it's a book that's actually geared towards parents on like how to assist your child as they're learning to read. This book does seem to be geared towards parents of kids who are attending a Montessori school. But after reading about half of this book, I think that this could be beneficial to parents of any child that is learning to read, whether that's in like a public school, or even homeschooling. Again, this isn't in print anymore, but I'm sure you could find a copy of it online somewhere, whether on Amazon used or thrift books. I will include the name and author of all of these books in the description box below, and if I can find a link to it, I will link it, but because it isn't in print, you know, it might be a little bit harder to find, but I really highly recommend this book to parents of children that are reading. So also on thrift books, I found this book called Math Works: Montessori Math and the Developing Brain. I haven't started reading this one yet, so I don't really know much about it, but I am trying to just learn a little bit more about what my primary age child is learning and how they're learning to read and write and do math. So I'm excited to read this book as well. Again, this one is not in print anymore. I found it on thrift books. The next book is called Theories of Childhood: An Introduction to Dewey, Montessori, Erickson, Paget, and Vygotsky. This book says it's about discovering the theories behind good child care practices. So it's not necessarily just about Montessori, but I kind of wanted to learn about these other theories of childhood and what these other people other than Dr. Maria Montessori had to say about childhood, because although I love her work, I am interested in learning what some of the other great minds have to say as well. The last two books are not Montessori related, but are still on my reading list for this year, and one is called Courage to Grow: How Acton Academy Turns Learning Upside Down. I recently toured an Acton Academy school, and they gave this book to me to read, and I've read about half of it now, and I am really intrigued by this learning style. I really liked the school when I toured it, so I wanted to include this on here as well because it is a book that I plan to finish reading this year. We can learn about other learning styles other than Montessori as well. I'm really curious about what else is out there, and I did enjoy the tour that I got from the Acton Academy School, and I really enjoyed this book so far. It really does follow a lot of the same ideas and concepts as Montessori, so it's a very similar education style. And the last book that I have on my list is called The Explosive Child, A New Approach for Understanding and Parenting Easily Frustrated, Chronically Inflexible Children. I saw this book was recommended to me on Amazon, and I have a child, one of my children is a little bit more easily frustrated, kind of more inflexible, and I wanted to give this book a try and see if it has any good advice in it. So this will be on my reading list for this year as well. If you made it to the end of this video, thank you guys so much for watching. Please give this video a thumbs up and make sure that you're subscribed, because like I said earlier, I've got some really exciting new content coming for you guys and a new project that I am working on that I'm hoping to release at the end of February, early March. So be sure you're subscribed and have your notifications turned on. And if you have any questions, you can always reach out to me in the comments. I love to interact and talk to you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you in my next video. Bye!